Hello everyone, how are you doing? Can you all hear me okay? If my mic is clicking a little bit, let me know and I can change the settings. I've still not quite got that sorted. Today is the first stream of our monthly muse. So think like a lovely little newsletter that comes in that gives you like writing prompts and just all that goodness. And it's going to help us all kind of get kick-started in our writing. I'm very excited for this. It's kind of been we've been hinting at it a little bit over the last month, but it's kind of like my baby. So, with that said, let's kickstart. I will show you the page. So, if you go on the Novel Crafter website, like not the app, the actual website itself, you can see that up in the header tab, there is now the monthly muse. And if you click on it, you can get to the first issue, August 2024. You'll also, all if you're signed up to our newsletter, be receiving the email with all these details on. So that'll help make things kind of, easier to find. But if you're impatient, which I know I am, go on here. So here you can see we have our theme machine of the month is August writing bingo. So pick a row or column and write an exciting piece. What the aim of this is to write and encourage doing a complete project, like kind of using Novel Crafter or whatever your choice is, and going from start to finish and kind of actually and really kind of honing your process and getting like a finished piece that you're happy with. Oh, hello, Space. How are you doing? Is my microphone sounding okay? Um, Please let me know. But yeah, so I think my plan for this stream, rather than picking a row or a column myself, I'm going to generate two ideas. One that will be randomized, as in a random row or column, and the second will be the chaos option, which I like. Basically, what the chaos option does is it generates one item from each of the five categories so that you're getting kind of your full story. But so that you can kind of get an idea how this works, and there's great sound effects, you can click essentially like around the rows, or you could do the columns, or just, any around, and the bingo will then give you your kind of your prompt. So we will do two prompts and then we'll see if any of you are around. Feel free to vote, but if not, I'll just take whichever's my favorite. So I'm going to randomize first for the rows or columns. Okay, so a first-person point of view starred in the horror genre, set in a witch's cottage, featuring a teapot and an unreliable narrator. Okay. Um. Okay. I will put this in a snippet. Or and then let's reset and go chaos. Oh my god, it's really wanting it's really getting well, three of them were the same. A first person point of view story in the steampunk genre set in a witch's cottage featuring a teapot and an enemy's forced to work together trope. Okay. I might change just for the purposes of not having everything the same. I might chaos that again. Okay. Okay, I can work with that. That's a little bit more. It's still using a lot of the stuff, but we can try. This is a short story or a poem or a news article. We're just trying something out. So I'm going to go for a short story for this, I think. And we'll just see how it goes. I think because I'm not I'm not. It's early in the morning. It's 9 a.m. Yeah, it's feeling witchy. It wants the witch vibes. So, because I'm not feeling horror because it's 9 a.m. in the morning, I'm gonna start on a thriller. I think. I think. Yeah. So let's add in our prompt into. I have a prompt codex entry here. So a first-person point of view story in a thriller genre set in a witch's cottage featuring a Rubik's cube. So. And then I'm gonna just move automatically. Plop that in first person, British English, past tense. Okay, let's go into chat. And I want to ask it, please use the... So I'm using a few things that are going to come into Novel Crafter, like we're kind of working on in the labs at the moment. So they're kind of like little mini frameworks to help kind of with generation. So we'll see how it goes. So oh, Christina, it'd be great, just feel free to comment in as you would in a live, like just afterwards if you're watching it back. Like I always enjoy reading comments and we can just, have chats. I'd love to know what you're doing. Are you guys planning on taking part in this? Do you have ideas? Have you generated what you're going to do? To give 5 pictures inspired by our prompt. And I'm going to use Sonnet 3.5. Okay, Emily, a skeptical journalist, investigates a series of mysterious disappearances in a quaint village. When she stumbles upon an isolated witch's cottage deep in the woods, she discovers a sinister Rubik's Cube that seems to hold the key to the missing persons. Now Emily must solve the cube's deadly puzzle before she becomes the victim of its dark magic. Okay, that's cool. Jack, a brilliant but arrogant puzzle solver, receives an invitation to compete in an exclusive tournament at a secluded cottage. When he arrives, he realizes he's trapped in a witch's lair, forced to solve an enchanted Rubik's Cube that controls reality itself. Now Jack must use his skills to unravel the cube's secrets and escape before the witch harvests his soul for nefarious purposes. Oh, I like that. That's kind of got horror in it as well, so could work. Okay. Sarah, a struggling single mother, inherits her strange grandma's cottage in the countryside. When she and her young son move in, they discover the house is alive with dark magic centered around an ancient Rubik's Cube hidden in the attic. Now, Sarah must decipher the cube's cryptic patterns to break the witch's curse and save her son from becoming a vessel for an evil spirit. Okay, I'll try Llama as well for this then. If Sonnet was fairly regular with its ideas. Okay. I'll give that a go after. Detective Mike Harper. It loves giving detectives the surname Harper, I've found. Like, I had Detective Jack Harper, like, a few days ago. Haunted by unsolved cases, receives an anonymous tip about witch's cottage linked to cold case murders. Liam, a cocky teenage hacker, breaks into what he believes is an eccentric millionaire's smart home. When the cottage's AI system, disguised as a digital Rubik's Cube, traps him inside, Liam realizes he's wandered into a modern witch's lair. Now he must outsmart the malevolent AI and solve its increasingly deadly puzzles to escape before the witch returns to claim her prize. Oh my god, that is hilarious. I love that. Okay, but I'm really liking the idea that there's a Rubik's Cube and the lair. So I'm going to just save that. And then let's do another chat. Llama 3.1. Okay, I'm guessing that's not on the general purpose prompt. Let me add in the model. 3.1405. To give 5 pictures inspired by our prompt. Let's see if there are any other ideas here that we might go for. Well, it's really going for that first person based on the prompt. Okay. Um, um, okay, these are fine. But I'm not feeling any of these to the same extent that I was my this one. I might change the protagonist's name. Okay, so let's go. What will his name be? Oh my god, name picking is so hard. Um, Michael. Um, I'm going to say with accommodation provided at a secluded cottage nearby. So, because like, why would a competition be at a cottage? So, this is an Airbnb. When he tries to leave the next day for the competition, he realizes he's trapped in a witch's lair, forced to solve an enchanted Rubik's Cube that controls reality itself. Now Michael must use his skills to unravel the cube's secrets and escape before the witch harvests his soul for her. I just say harvest his soul. That's enough. I'm wondering, because this would be a really cool, like, just one person cast. Like, you could totally do this as like. So I might see about characters, but like this could totally work as just a one shot, like a one person. I might say the genre is gonna be like a horror thriller, I guess. I feel like we're combining both ideas now together, like both genres. So that kind of works. I like that. Um, okay. Let's try and get. I'm probably not going to use any other characters. I'm just kind of curious to get something for Michael. Although I do like the idea of this like shadow familiar, this thing that's okay. So if I go on to extract codex entries, I'm going to get rid of Lily. I'm going to get rid of the mentor. Morgana is like such a um typical witch name. Um What do I want to call Morgana? To be honest, I'll just go for Lily for now. Let's just use the protagonist's psychic name. If anyone has any better names for the witch, let me know. Have a large black feline. Okay. So we have our codex entries. I will get rid of this and then now I'm going to spend some time like actually working on the codex entries to kind of improve them. So I have a prompt that I was working on in the last stream. The last Saturday stream I did, which was about character creation. So it asks questions about the character, and by answering them, it helps kind of flesh out the codex a bit more. So let's brainstorm about, because yeah, Lillian, I like that. I mean, also Testament. Shows the history of her victims. I mean, Lilith, yeah, that could work. But Lillian, let's go Lillian. And then that kind of gives the Lilith vibe as well, but it's not like as on the nose. I just didn't want Morgana because that just felt a bit much. Let's brainstorm about Michael. I'll put as well open his codex entry so you can see what was already there. Okay, let's go. From a young age, Michael was able to was of his in primary school. He was in a chess club and was able to defeat children twice his age. He was always praised for winning, and so quickly associated winning with value as a person. Michael excels at anything that requires logic or memorization. He struggles with games that are like more intuitive slash you have to think on your feet. It's like he's great at like Rubik's cubes, chess, kind of Scrabble, that kind of stuff. But if it came to something that was like maybe like word associations or things that are a little less like a little like there's no hard and fast rules, I think he would struggle with those. Michael is not a gracious loser. He will react negatively and accuse the other of cheating whenever he starts a puzzle he can't immediately solve. Our protagonist is a right jerk. Ooh, okay. Deep-seated fear of failure. Can you think of a moment in his life when this was particularly evident? Ooh, okay. So this was particularly evident. Um, he was involved in a horse riding accident as a child, where his arrogance led to him being thrown off the horse. Since then, his injury and psychological damage has prevented him from ever getting back on the saddle. He thus views um he thus views um failure as permanent. You cannot get over it. Okay, I like that. Oh, wait. Okay, I feel like now even with these questions, like Michael is coming more real in my head. So this is exciting. Oh, to people who are there, James, Space, anyone who's there, what have you selected what your prompts are going to be? 5. Given his isolation from others, does Michael have any close relationships at all? If so, with whom, does he retain them? He has a younger sister, Sally. Very vivacious and bright, although not as clever as him. She frequently calls him, not allowing him to be on his own all the time. Secretly, he likes this. Well, I mean, this is your yeah. You were up quite late, Space, so you know that makes sense that you were only just up. Okay, so secretly he likes this, but pretends not to. 6. How does Michael view the concept of teamwork or collaboration? Has he ever been forced to work with others, and if so, how did that go? He feels no one is clever enough. Oh, well, definitely let us know what you do then. Like, um, when you get around, you get the time to do it. Oh, this I'm having so much fun actually with this, and because I'm gonna do this as a short story, it's like okay, I can just get in, do this, and like have something finished. Which excited. Okay, so he feels no one is clever enough to team up with him, and so always dominates team tasks. People resent him for it, even if their team wins. Michael blames any team losses as due to other people and does not take responsibility for his own feelings. 7. What's Michael's living situation like? Does his obsession with puzzles reflect in his home environment? Michael lives. He's gonna have like a very minimalist life, save for his puzzle collection. He is meticulous and um, precise in everything he does, and our spaces she totally wants to do. That'd be cool, yeah, just like a short meeting memory, yeah. Well, we did say it once it could be a drunk meeting in a bar. That was one of the things we were joking about when we started concepting this. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm gonna aim for 5,000 words, 5, 6. We'll see how it goes, but just kind of slowly getting through. We'll see how it turns out. Take things as they go. Michael lives a very minimalist life, save for his public collection, meticulous and precise in everything he does, and hates disorder. Ooh, how does Michael dress and present himself to the world? Likewise, Michael has a very clean but beige slash boring wardrobe. His clothes are practically identical to take that choice out of his life. And save his brain power. If Michael was on a desert island, what 3 items would he take with him and why? Rubik's Cube. He would take a multi-tool. And he would take... What else would he take? Oh, and hi, Matty. I didn't see your message there. I hope you're doing well. We're doing the Novel Crafter Bingo today, so if you want to hop on, join in, make some prompts, go right ahead. Always a bit of fun. I wonder if, because I know there's been a few people in writing who have begun, which is always exciting. Rubik's Cube's coming up a lot, and Witch's Cottage, like they seem to be like two very kind of prevailing themes that people are enjoying. So always good. Okay, so Rubik's Cube, a multi-tool, and his third thing would be a Walkman. Okay, well, this is set in the early noughties, 90s. A Walkman filled with classical music. Does Michael have any hobbies or interests outside of puzzle solving? If so, what are they and how do they relate to his personality? I feel like at this point, this hobby, whatever it is, could be something that then helps him later in the book. Right. So, does Michael have any hobbies or interests outside of puzzle solving? He grows his own vegetables and herbs on his flat balcony out of fear of pesticides. As such, he knows a ridiculous amount about these topics. And that kind of feeds into his paranoia and kind of arrogance. Okay, let's see how it analyzes these things. Okay. Michael is a highly intelligent and logical individual whose exceptional abilities have shaped his worldview from a young age. His early successes, particularly in chess, have installed in him a strong association between winning and self-worth. This has led to an arrogant and often domineering personality, masking deep-seated insecurities and fear of failure. Michael's life is characterized by order and precision, reflected in his mindset, his minimalist lifestyle, and meticulous approach to tasks. He struggles with spontaneity and intuition, preferring logic and memorization. His fear of failure, stemming from childhood horse riding incident, has created a rigid mindset where he views failure as an insurmountable obstacle. Despite his apparent desire for isolation, Michael maintains a strong connection with his younger sister, Sally, suggesting a hidden need for human interaction. His hobby of growing vegetables and herbs reveals a softer side to his personality, as well as his tendency to seek control and perfection in all aspects of his life. To be honest, that is great. I'm loving that. Um, that's I like that as well. I mean, to be honest, all of this I'm quite liking. Just um, or even hostile, feeling threatened. Like he berates everyone for being dumber than him, but if he saw someone that was like more intelligent, he would be like so threatened and lash out. Like poor boy. Um, I'll cut this down eventually, but I think this is, and I think kind of likewise. So then, from what I know then of Michael, Lillian, the antagonist, she is going to be like chaotic, thrive on change. She's very adaptable. She's a game maker rather than a game player. Okay, I like this. Um, um, she embraces chaos and change and loves inventing new games for others to play. Um, she has little patience for others, but blends seamlessly into society. She feeds off of the success of others. The Enchanted Rubik's Cube, and the games within her cottage to trap brilliant minds, feeding their intellect and feeding off that into life force. Okay, so then if we move into the story pitch, win the games, and okay, make the main cast entry, use the theme to get ideas for the theme. Okay, the theme of your story revolves around the lesson of humility and the dangers of arrogance. Michael, the protagonist, is portrayed as a brilliant but arrogant puzzle solver. Please summarize the theme. Okay, well that was GPT-4 and Mini. Let's see what. Okay. So let's break it down. Purpose, the theme is the underlying message of your story. Your protagonist's primary flaw or weakness will be directly related to their failure to embrace or understand the theme. The villain's power is essentially the protagonist's weakness amplified by 1,000 times. This creates a significant challenge for your hero to overcome. For your specific story, the theme isn't explicitly stated in the provided information. However, based on the story pitch, we can infer some potential themes. The dangers of arrogance or overconfidence, the importance of adaptability and thinking outside the box, the value of humility and cooperation in the face of challenge, and the power of intellect versus the unpredictability of magic. To fully develop your theme, you'll want to consider what lessons do you want Michael to learn throughout his ordeal, how will solving the enchanted Rubik's Cube challenge his worldview, what aspect of the witch's power represents the opposite of Michael's initial mindset. Okay. Of the dangers of combined with how can we make it so? Oh, I'll see you, James. Have a great day. And yeah, I'll probably be on for another hour or so. So we can just see how things go. And, yeah, come back, have a chat. It will be great to see you then. How can we make it so solving these challenges helps change his worldview? I'm just going to get it to. Please brainstorm some strengths for the witch that witch Lillian that would counter Michael's weaknesses. Oh, it's reinforcing my things by saying excellent choice. I like that. Failure as a learning tool. Lillian's strengths. She can quickly adapt her strategies. Um, oh, I like that as a theme. That failure is not an end, but a step towards success. And like Michael maybe believes that like intuition and the like are all kind of okay. I'm liking this. I'm getting really into the story now, like the concepts, and it's kind of starting to to feed through. No, I think this is going to be good. Paralyzing. Fear of failure. Difficulty dealing with intuition and spontaneity. Unable to handle trouble situations gracefully. Okay. Michael's strengths are fine with those. Lillian's strengths. I'm just gonna go highly adaptable. Centuries of experience. And manipulate. Yeah. And then Lily's weaknesses. Okay, I like that. Dependent on the strengths of others to survive. Overconfident. Okay. Okay, I'm happy with that. We've got some strengths and weaknesses for our characters. We've got the cast. We've got our familiar. Update the character codex to include those. So for this, just so y'all are aware, for anyone looking back, I've got my character here, Lillian, and then in the references, I have, so there's a parent reference of main cast, just for the cast, so that whenever I say main cast, it will pull up all of these cast members. But then also nested within Lillian are her strengths and weaknesses. Likewise with Michael, his strengths and weaknesses. The main cast has these, the Shadow Familiar, Michael, Lillian. Oh, it's 4. It's 3 plus the original. That makes sense. We have, and then if you go onto like the strengths or weaknesses, you can see they've got the parent reference there. Okay, so now I'm going to go onto a fresh chat. Please. Please. Using the story pitch, theme and main cast. Story, theme. What is our story theme? Please carry out the 12 acts. Let's see how this goes. Okay. So this is a potential for like our short story, but we'll see what it says. Give it a go. Have a look, brainstorm, develop. But then this will give us our like each act is just like more a beat. Okay. Okay, that's melodramatic, but we can maybe hint something in it. So we meet Michael, a trash prodigy and renowned puzzle solver in his meticulously organized apartment. He's preparing for a high-stakes puzzle tournament. Ornate invitation arrives, offering his accommodation at a secluded cottage near the tournament venue. Dismisses his observations, prepares to leave the tournament the next morning, finds all exits sealed, panic sets in as he... I might start this like him arriving at the town, like cut a bit further forward so it's like not as long. And maybe have Lillian in less, like she's kind of like an overarching character. Or maybe she's like in there as like the landlady to start with. I'll have a think about that. Oh, I like that. How she's still like already preparing for her next victim and stuff. And she's like not she's like down but not out. Yeah, I like that. Okay. I can certainly work with this. I think this is kind of like so I'm gonna extract this as chapters. And get rid of this. Ah. Yes, delete. Okay. So this probably won't all be chapters. It'll be like but I'll keep them as this for now just so it's easier to kind of track everything. I'm going to make this bigger. Just so we can all see. Arriving at what I'll just put town name. Prestigious chess. Prestigious. About losing his title to someone younger. Oh, okay, right. He arrives at the hotel, but there has been a mix-up with the bookings, and so he is without accommodation, has a mini meltdown. His sister Sally calls, helps him through, and tells him to look for B&Bs. He finds one nearby station. As walking, Michael dismisses the help. As Michael is walking, he notices a sign on the town hall notice board about a cottage for hire. And then this way he's kind of showing his arrogance, his like problem solving, lack of skills, that kind of thing. I'm happy with that, I think. On the billboard is also a missing persons poster, and then that's kind of like the hand of the villain, kind of implying that that was the last person to go there. Okay. Okay, I think this can work. Okay, I need a town name. One of my favorite things to do with town names is to go on Google Maps and have a look-see for random town names. Let's go Herefordshire. I've opened this in like a different tab so that I don't accidentally like dox myself. Breadward Line, that is a cool name. Blackmere, Madley, East Bishop, Newton. Oh, I like Solace Hope. That's a cool name. Where did I find that? Sorry, Solace Hope. Hopefully you've not. Okay, it doesn't actually look like there's much there, which is good. Okay, that's fine. Very small. Matty has just rolled a reverse chronology story in the steampunk genre set in a base camp featuring a whistle and a moral dilemma. Yeah, I thought that was cool. Like, because I'm just imagining now my steampunk mountain climbers and like how that turns out. I think that's kind of cool. Okay, well, Matty, no, that's great if you're finding it interesting. Like, if it's giving you inspiration, go for it. Like, even if you don't do everything that's on there, the whole point of this is being inspired, having a go, writing something, and kind of not lingering on it for too long. Like, getting something written, finished, getting a process sorted. The host is he returns to find that the old lady is now. I don't think this would upend his world. Um, Realizing that there are that all sides have the same color, his world is upended. Oh, it's raining. That's not good. Okay, I might start. I think I'm going to start doing a bit of writing with this. Just like getting this first chapter, getting the vibes down. Let's actually first let's make if I go back into my chats. Um, Oh yeah, I mean like rain. I love like crackling fireplaces, the sound of rain, great background sounds. They're always great. It just wasn't forecast to rain at this time, and I'm like, oh, I don't need to. I mean, I'm streaming. I don't need to leave the house right now, so that's fine. But uh, we're painting the fence, and so I was just worried about it all getting kind of washed off. Sally's Michael's younger sister. Uh, Vicious Bright, whilst not as intellectual as her brother, she has immensely more social skills. Um, she frequently calls Michael to nag him about looking after himself, not wanting him to be on his own all the time. I think that's enough for now. Just to get this first bit. Um, Turn off story pitch global. Okay. So the way I'm doing this, because it's a short story, I'll probably end up copying and pasting the beats in, and they'll be fairly similar to the scene summaries, but we'll see. Because this will be like a bunch of different scenes within one story, but they'll all be fairly short. I'm just going to, for the sake of like, I'm curious to see what it does. I'm just going to put this all in and ask my long general purpose to spit something out. We're going to see what it does. It might not be lots. We'll give it a go. If not, I'll stick in a sample of my writing and use my normal writing prompts, even if it is a different genre. Oh, yeah, I forgot this was meant to be first person. I was so confused. Wow, this is very on the nose, and I mean it's fine. It's just yeah, it's not the best. Um, okay, let me. Okay, let me grab. There's a sample chapter. I don't know if this is going to work 'cause it's a different point of view and everything, but I'm just going to give it a go as a. Okay, I can work with this. Okay, let's. I might even just start. In the... Okay. In the attic. In the attic. Second room to the right. Ensuite. And... my pet tours. Bandying about the pub pre-championship was anything more than a stupid anything but a stupid. What do you mean an error? I cut her off, my voice rising. But this is an international hotel chain. What do you mean an error? How can you think you're... Oh, more rain? I don't know. Can you guys hear the rain? I'll just be right back. Mum? Okay, you have gone inside. Okay, that's fine. I was just like, someone heard the rain and I was like, oh god, is she... Yeah. No, no, that's fine. I instantly was like, oh god, is she still like sleeping off that? Yeah. No, it's... Yeah, it's like to the top, but it's not. It's the rain's filtering. Okay. No, that's good. Just wanted to check you weren't... Rain break, yep. It's more to make sure all the... It's like, not closing the windows and doors, but, you know, making sure they're not, like, wide open, because it's, like, proper chucking it down. Like, it's crazy. Writing in first person is hard. I don't normally do this, and yeah, this is a challenge, which you know is good. It's what the whole point of this is. But yeah, um, yeah, this isn't easy. Um, shall be. You know what? Never mind. Um, that stupid infiltrating. He has a flip phone. But like one of those flip phones with the little screen on the top, you know, like the Motorola ones that were like a flip phone with a screen on the top so you could see who was like calling you before you opened your phone. Yeah, that's the kind of phone he's got. He is. Sally's voice was far too cheerful. I was far too cheerful, high-pitched, and grating for the situation. How solace hope? A disaster. I snapped, shoving the door open and leaving. These incompetent fools have lost my reservation. How am I supposed to prepare for the tournament without proper accommodation? Do they? You're blowing fire from your nostrils. Is what it. It's the end of the world. No, I need a solution. Um, Maybe she... I like the irony of under the missing persons note is the... I guess like my headcanon here is another person who's been caught by this trap. And the rain has stopped. Rain breakover. Okay. I mean, this isn't like the greatest thing I've ever written, but you know, we're just doing a little project, having fun. I'm gonna move that into Michael Holt. Okay. I'll change Lillian's cottage. Oh, I'm going to change intriguing to energizing. Especially ones with such energizing minds. Okay, no, I think this is a good place to finish this scene. This is like, I'm gonna shorten this because like 1,000 words feels like a lot for a short story to have as the first chapter. So I'll tweak it and stuff. But for the first bit, I'm happy with that. And then I'm going to now summarize the scene. 4.0 mini. What? Oh, is that because... Oh my god, is that just because the word cock up? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Okay. The day with there is a small find his comb. There is a small hiccup when hello Dream Right Go. Yeah, we're doing a bit of a early morning right with me, for those in European time zones, we can all just like, do early morning, well, I say early morning, but morning write-ups, Yeah. How are you doing? Are you taking part in the Monthly Muse? If so, what have you got? What's your prompt? What have you found? I am doing a first person story set in the thriller genre, set in a witch's cottage featuring a Rubik's Cube. So it's a guy who gets trapped in a cottage and has to like do different puzzles to get his way out. Our protagonist is a right asswipe, so Michael wakes up feeling unusually refreshed and prepares the day with his usual routine. Um, to find an alternative, and is disproportionately proud that he is able to overcome this issue. He decides not to have breakfast and not seeing Lillian around, goes to leave for the tournament. The door won't open. I'm going to say my day began as it always did. I made the bed with me. Oh, nice. What project are you writing, Dream Right Go? What's your current thing that you're working on? This is a minor setback. There's always a solution. Um, but then anyone would see me. What the hell? Um, Despite the latch. Okay, I'm going to say. Intending to find. Oh no, he sees a flicker in the corner of his eye, sharply turns, but sees nothing in the shadows. There on the table, however, is now a Rubik's Cube. He looks inside and sees a key. There is a note below. Searching for other. Oh, not writing ahead. Oh, that sounds exciting. Like learning coding languages and stuff. Yeah. As far as writing, I'm working on a Digbot. It's an outer space mining world. Nice. Nice. I love a good sci-fi. I don't know. That's exciting. Okay. Inside and possibly vertically. I approached, picking up the cube. Okay, I'm thinking. Okay, so he's got his phone with him the entire time, and it's only when he like calls his sister for help or like asks for help and kind of has that then he's like when he starts asking for help, that's when he can solve the problem. He keeps seeing a I don't know if it's because it's third person or not. I think I'm not used to reading first person as well, so it's very hard for me to like get into it. Like, and I guess normally I would do a lot, way more editing, but I'm just kind of wanting to get the initial short story down so that I can then work on improving it as a whole. So it really wants to do this, like, I am Michael Ashworth. I am, really wants to emphasize that. Archive, delete. Yes. I think maybe also because I'm using like scene beats that haven't been kind of edited, that's probably not helping. Hmm. I've kind of already got that false win. Hmm. I think what my plan is to do is to get a very rough draft of this done today, and then like next week or something, I can like either do another rough draft or like try and like hone things in. This is just me kind of getting a general like idea of where I'm going, I think. Um Stanley thinks Michael's being over dramatic, but I remember so it realizes. And tears it open, releasing the key. I like that. Well, let's. Okay. I am like it is certainly not the greatest thing I've ever written, but I feel like there is a full story there and there is something that I can eke out and get something from it. Like it's almost 6,000 words, which is what I was going for, like that 6,000 word story. There is a there is a lot of like trash in terms of like stuff that needs editing or can be just completely cut out. But I think I've got like the progression. There is some kind of fears. I need to up the stakes in the sense of like what he's there. I don't like the first person, I think is my main issue. Kind of thinking about it. I might try rewriting it in third, see how I find that. I'm not sure. Obviously the challenge for this is to write in first person, so I guess I mean really what I should do is keep persisting. So we're gonna have a think about it. And then in the next session I might or in my free time or whatever, I'll have a play around, try and improve on this. But I think for 2 hours worth of work from prompt to this, I'm quite happy. How did you guys find this? And if you're watching back, hello, and I will see you all soon. Uh, there's no stream on Saturday, but there will be another Write With Me on Wednesday at